Right, welcome ladies and gents. Two pieces of news. Sony announces two movies. One you'll be excited about, I think. This one. The other, maybe not so much. So Sony, basically, we've got a new Ghostbusters movie, right? Sony is calling up another Ghostbusters movie. This is all announced at CinemaCon. It's a big convention where people show artwork, standees, banners, all these kind of things, sizzle reels, all this kind of stuff. And then they also use this to announce some upcoming movies. So this is kind of our movie news period, or sort of, I guess, before new movies come out. This is our sort of stand-in for movie news. So Sony calling up another Ghostbusters movie. This is kind of a surprise, mainly because it didn't make a lot of money. I don't think it made any money, in fact. But it was obviously just a critical success, so they're happy to do it. So Sony ain't afraid of no ghosts, specifically making more Ghostbusters movies. The studio announced today at CinemaCon on a closing sizzle reel that a fifth movie is in the works. That's madness. No talent attachments were revealed. I mean, we could say probably not, fifth movie for obvious reasons, but whatever. The latest movie, Ghostbusters Afterlife, centers around grandkids, so they passed the torch on, and obviously directed by Jason Reitman. Now, it didn't make that much. It just did a worldwide total of 197.3 million worldwide. Not loads. Not a lot of money. In fact, I don't think it made any money. I think it would have barely broken even. That's my understanding, based on the numbers. So it wouldn't have, I don't think it made anything. If it did, it's very little. But Sony obviously sees franchise potential because the franchise itself has a worth of just under $1 billion, right? So it's done pretty well. Pretty well, not huge. I'm guessing where their money lies in this is in merchandising, licensing, toys, right? It's all the video games, it's all these kind of things where this type of film will be making bank for Sony. And trust me, it will make serious bank for Sony. So although the film itself didn't make a large amount of money, if at all, it's the merchandising, right? So this is good. I really like Ghostbusters Afterlife. It was very pleasant, very earnest approach, a bit of an old school sort of family fun, non-offensive movie. So I'm happy to see more of these. 100% happy to see more of these. But then they announced this as well. Venom 3. Look, I know it had its fans. I relatively enjoyed Venom 1. Venom 2, I thought was a massive misstep. The characterization of Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock seemed to have had like a weird aneurysm between movies. And just forgot who he was. Because, loads of people said that they appreciated the comedy. So Venom 2 really leaned into it. A little bit too much, I think. And not only that as well, you have wasted characters. Villains just being hugely wasted, which was a massive shame. A huge shame. Just to throw away carnage like that. So Venom 3 has been teased during Sony's closing CinemaCon reel. So it's just their sizzle reel of upcoming projects. But I mean, they've made money, right? So what's not so shocking is Sony teased a third Venom movie today at CinemaCon. The first two films, which starred Tom Hardy as the Marvel Spider-Man anti-hero, have collectively grossed $1.4 billion at the global box office to date. The second one really didn't, I don't know. It's just, I am a bit surprised. Plus, it was the briefest of teasers, just the Pixar logo and a closing sizzle reel. No talent attachments were revealed. Now, so they say this, right? So the last movie, Let There Be Carnage, was released in October. Scored the second best opening of the pandemic, the second best ever for October, with 90 million stateside, just more than the first film. This was all before Sony's own Spider-Man No Way Home notched the second biggest debut ever in US, Canada, with 260.1 million. Venom Let There Be Carnage grossed 213 0.55 million just in the States, 502 million worldwide. So it did less. The sequel did significantly less than the first film. Loads of people will put that down to the pandemic. It got real bad rap, and there was other movies. It got a real bad rap. It got a real bad rap. So I don't put this down to the pandemic. I simply refuse to even entertain that as an excuse. I think people were just like, whoa, what is this? No, I'm good, thanks, I'm full. Now, I think what is perhaps surprising about this, well, one, obviously they're trying to milk this franchise for all of its worth, right? They did make money on the last one. Not much. Not a significant amount of money, but they would have made enough to obviously warrant, a third entry. But I do think what is perhaps the most surprising thing about this is their approach to it. They don't really know what they're doing with this universe. Very, very clearly evidenced by Morbius. Now, Morbius was a huge loss. They would have lost money on Morbius at this point in time. Significant numbers, actually. Not small amounts. Millions. Millions and millions of dollars. And so I thought, in my eyes, I would have thought Sony... maybe I gave them too much... too much credit, but my idea for Sony would that they would have regrouped a little bit after Morbius had bombed so spectacularly, and they would have gone, right, okay, what properties do we actually have? Let's really get to grips with this. Let's figure this out. Let's see what works, what doesn't, and let's go from there. But they haven't. They have just steamrolled into teasing Venom 3. I don't really care. I'm not that bothered about it. Andy Serkis coming back. I hope he doesn't, in fairness. I didn't see anything specifically Andy Serkis about Venom 2. There didn't appear to be any stamp of him as a director on it. And the film overall was a bit of a waste. Got really butchered by the editors and Sony executives. So I don't care for Andy Serkis coming back, quite frankly. And they wasted Carnage massively. But what do you guys think of this? Ghostbusters, you happy for another one? I bet you are. Venom, I'm sure will split people down the middle. But, be civil. Be, in this forum in the comments, be civil about it. I'm sure it'll annoy a bunch of people, the things that I've said, but it is what it is. It just wasn't that successful of a film. Either, in fact, but I can see why one was... I can still see why they're making more, because it's licensing, it's all money. But let me know what you guys think down below. Does either of these excite you? Drop your thoughts down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Cheers, guys. Take care.